Hello FutureMakers, welcome to TeacherPreneur. Geography is all about understanding the complexity of the world and appreciating its diversity. If you are someone who's looking out for the position of a geography teacher and your interview is gonna come really soon, then today's video is definitely for you. Today we will show you a mock interview of a geography teacher interview. All the questions and answers are highly researched and value packed. So I think you should watch the video till the end, and without anything else, let's get started. Come, sit. Hello ma'am. Give me your CV. Yes ma'am. Okay, how did you first get into teaching the subject of geography? Ma'am, when I was really small, my mother introduced me to the map of India and she told me that we live in the state of Maharashtra. I got so excited to look at that colorful map that I kept on asking my mother, where do my cousins live, where do my relatives live, and getting to know all the states and the cities was like a fun thing for me. I got so much interested in that topic with that exercise that I took geography as the main subject when I studied. So what is the most rewarding thing about teaching geography? I think that geography is the most fascinating subject ever because it tells the kids what's going on around them and it makes them more observant and aware. One of my child had been to Gujarat for a summer vacation, and when he saw those big windmills over there, he came back and asked me about it. I told him that those windmills are basically the machines that convert wind into energy, which in turn gives electricity to all the villages around. He was so amazed by the fact that air can actually get converted into electricity that he told all his friends about it. Also made him appreciate the electricity that he has and not to waste that electricity because not everyone has access to electricity. With this, I feel geography is an eye opener for all the kids, and I love to teach geography, and I'm sure when kids will sit in my class, they love this subject too. Okay, so what teaching aids do you use to teach geography? Geography is a very resourceful subject, and if we carry teaching materials, it makes the subject even more engaging. A picture is worth 1,000 words. So if I have to tell them about a particular area, I make sure that I get pictures of the wildlife and the plants that grow in that particular area. Sometimes I also use maps to locate that region, be it world map, be it continent map, or be it country map. For India, it could also be a state map, but these maps give them a visual representation of the world that they live in. Lastly, I also use YouTube videos to educate them and to visually show them the process, or flashcards to help them memorize a few places and their spelling. When kids watch videos of tsunami or any natural disaster, they tend to understand the effects of the disaster, and it helps them to understand the geography better. So I feel resources are absolutely necessary to teach geography. If you're given a chance to change anything in the school to teach geography more effectively to your students, what would you change? Ma'am, if I could change anything, I would wish to have a separate room to teach geography. All the resources, the maps, the models that we require to teach geography should be present at one place only so that the teachers don't have to carry those big resources from one class to the other. If we have a separate room for geography, I believe that the focus of the kids as well as teachers will only be on that particular subject, and it will help them to concentrate better. It will also stimulate the imagination of a student and will inspire them to learn more. So this is one thing that I would like to change. So what is your teaching philosophy? So my personal teaching philosophy is to keep the students engaged and active in the class. I don't believe in the classroom where the teacher keeps on talking and the students just sit and listen. I think it should be both way around. It should be a teaching and learning process. I aim to set a learning environment where the students feel free to ask doubts that come to their mind or even critically analyze the things that are going around them. I always make sure to connect the knowledge with real life application, and that's when the interest of the students keeps increasing. And that's how I deliver a successful lesson in geography. What would you do if your lesson doesn't go as planned? So basically, this is a situation that every teacher goes through at least once in their career. And when I faced that situation, I took a pause for a minute. I identified the gaps that were possibly there in the class. I revised what we did in the previous lecture and then connected it to what we were doing that particular day. I also gave a minute or two for the class to calm down, and then I started teaching the next thing. That's how I managed. How would you make students fall in love with the subject of geography? To make the students fall in love with the subject of geography, I basically make a connection with the child. When kids are connected to me, they feel free to talk about their interests, and I basically connect my subject to their interest, and that's how we both are in a win-win situation. Through a conversation, I realized that one of the child is too much interested in different continents. So I asked the whole class, which is the animal that keeps on jumping and has a baby in its pouch? Whole class answered kangaroo. And then I asked that particular student, which continent do you think that kangaroos are found in? And he instantly replied Australia. And then we learned about Australia. By doing this small exercise, the children were keen on learning what is there in the continent of Australia. Rather than me just giving out information about the continent, when I made a connection, it was much better to make the kids fall in love with what we were learning in the class. Okay, here's your seat. Yes, thank you. Thank you. So that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching the whole video. At the end, I would only like to tell you that geography is the subject which holds the key to our future. So we geography teachers have a responsibility to make our children socially and environmentally sensitive. If you like today's video, do hit the like button. Comment and tell us what other questions do you want us to answer in our teacher interview series. Share this video with your teacher friends and family, and subscribe to TeacherPreneur and press that bell icon to be a part of our FutureMakers family. See you soon.